Hey guys, what is going on? Death here, and today I want to talk to you about three things that would make you forever better at fighting games. And the reason why I made this is with the start of the new year, I figure that the people that want to finally take shape in places where they thought they couldn't before could be a thing. And yeah, man, we're just going to get right into it. So, Uh, I want to start with something that, as a kid, I always had. Uh, I almost listened too much to people that knew more than me. I had my own ideals, but when you always hear about somebody who's like a straight up pro, it's not a foolish thing to listen to them, but no one is the end all be all of a subject. You see breakthroughs and things all the time. You see changes in the meta. All it takes is for somebody to prove it in order for that to become the new. So that's why uh, something that I had done as a kid was I'd listen to pros, and they'd always spoken about something very specific, which was only playing on the latest version of the game, uh, doing, there's a lot of the old school fighting games when they came up like arcade and stuff. You always had like, oh, this kind of play was not honorable. But depending on what you're trying to do, if you're trying to win or use a different resource or play the computer to get better, that's a current trend of mine right now. Uh, you will be able to easily prove that you are better than 95% of them just purely on finding your own solutions, because fighting games are very much a uh, solution based thing. One answer doesn't work for every situation, and it doesn't work for every person. So you need to always be looking for more. And if just because it works this week, maybe they found a counterplay to it. I mean, that's one of those things where you just need to continually evolve your game and things of that nature, right? So the reason why I bring that up is in my circumstance. Take Dead or Alive 6 for example. Dead or Alive 6 is my what I consider my main game. It's what I love to compete in and everything like that. Well, guess what? I don't get to play DOA 6, but maybe once a week now, if that, especially trying to sell my house and all that nonsense. But you know what? I get to play DOA, the closest DOA that I can, DOA 5 Plus for the PS Vita. That I get to still play DOA and keep my skills and keep working on characters and stuff that I don't know. No, it's not the exact same. But you have to understand that in circumstances, it is up to you to find the solution. And for me, that is a current solution. It doesn't mean that I keep looking for other solutions, but I am able to play DOA every single day without fail because of that. And I really am thankful I finally broke the mold and started thinking outside the box. Because now I see myself becoming a way better player consistently. And it is not hearing other people's advice that got me there. It is things that I had to figure out for myself. So, yeah, that is exactly why I want to kind of bring that to other people's attention. And also, uh, another example that I know you guys, you're going to hear this a lot, right? There's always, when you play online, there's all this rage. Oh, my inputs are messed up, this, that, and the other. Well, I ran through that a lot too, except now that 95% of my play is offline. Yeah, satellites versus computer, but I started to realize, oh, hey, this is input errors, or hey, this is me not paying attention or thinking I got it and mistiming it. So little things like that go a long way. Brad has a problem where when he tries to do crushes off, like, say, that stance, he has to delay it for a minute or he gets hit because his hurt box gets extended as well. So a crush actually gets hit by a high and he misses. Then he loses in that situation where he should win. And all his rage, he goes just purely online. So very, very important to check my ego. So yeah, just keep working on that. Ooh, she got a tail. So yeah, that would be all of number one. So number two, you really want to relish every loss more than your wins, because the big picture, in my opinion, takes care of itself. It's those small moments where things actually uh, work themselves out, right? So, for example, if I'm trying to pressure you, and for whatever reason, I'm like, oh, I'm always getting hit by this, and eventually I'm able to do that crush, and I'm able to do it consistently, right? All those times where I'm still getting hit, trying to do it, like, oh man, this sucks. And then every 1 out of every 10, ooh, and looking smooth, right? And then I learned that's a crush. Then before I know it, this situation doesn't even mean anything to me anymore. I get it 95% of the time. And that is the true goal. Those little moments over and over. That's what I'm going through with Dead or Alive and other fighting games right now. And if that isn't what fuels you, maybe you should be looking toward that, because there are a lot of times where people just play. I'm really guilty of this too. I'm playing my main. I'm like, my main's good. What's there to worry about? Except there's all these little moments where I have nothing to answer for this problem I continue to have in a matchup, or maybe in a game with the mechanics I didn't quite interpret it correctly, or I didn't think outside the box and how I could utilize, sidestep without the attack and throw, just to get people scared or whatever. I mean, there's like a million things out there. So, yeah. So that's why you really want to make those small adjustments and turn something that seems impossible. I'm totally trying to play all of the fighting games I used to play now and seeing if with this new mentality I can be better than I ever was. And that's just because I'm seeing such a difference in the way that I think in the same situation versus a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever. So I hope that you'll kind of do the same, because it really helps also when you're trying to push when a game is getting boring, which leads to my number 3 point. I don't know why I put 1, 2, and 4. Boy, I'm really good at this script writing here. But number 3, make a purpose each and every day when you're pursuing. Basically, you're making goals daily, weekly, etc. It includes playing to understand what you put in versus what you get out. Because, to be honest, there are a lot of times where you're going to have sessions and they're just not going to do anything for you. Or, you could play 8 hours one day and then not play all week, versus that 30 minutes of consistency where you're getting in your mind and keeping fresh whatever your next thing is. That happened to me a lot in jiu-jitsu as I was leading up. In my early belts, I wouldn't show up to class, but I'd do like 3 classes in a row, miss a couple, 3 classes in a row, miss a couple. Well, when that first one back, it's like I had to recorrect myself. Same thing when you come back to a game, right? So, you're trying to remember, oh, this move list, oh, this, that, this is my combo. Before you know it, at 30 minutes of consistency, you're already going, well, hey, how can I pressure more with this backstring? And can I cancel it? And what about this handstand? Do I have to go back before I can do a move? Or, oh, look at that. If I just press punch, he immediately goes into his move, which adds more options, which adds to more variety and depth to what you're already trying to accomplish. So that is just how I look at it personally. I do all the boring things that people hate, like go through the combo mode and go through the move list, even when I've known my character and been playing them for years and years and years. You have no idea how many times I go, why haven't I used that move in like 3 months? It is so goofy. And now I'm playing Brad, which has like a trillion moves, let alone all the other fight games I play. Am I pretty good at most of the time remembering? Hell yeah. But I cannot tell you how many times where it just didn't work. Wow, that was a fail on the cancel. So yeah, I hope this really helps you out to get better at fighting games as a whole. I really think mentality is just so much of it, and there is a really big part to not always listening to pros and finding your own solutions, because not only are they more meaningful, but as you play, I just cannot tell you how much you'll just have fun through the journey of it. Are you trying to be the best in the world at all the games? Maybe, but whether you are or not isn't really what matters. It's having fun while you figure out what it is that you want in each one. Dead or Alive is my favorite game ever. First Fighter is my second favorite game ever. And yet I never play First Fighter, but I play Guilty Gear, Justice, and Tekken, and Soul Calibur, and this. So, neat. Anyways, really appreciate you guys listening to me if you liked it, or if you want me to find a better job of structuring. Sorry, I just don't edit. This is not happening. I'm going to be making content every day, though, and just going over a lot of theories and stuff, because that's really what my strong suit is, in my opinion, is just theory crafting and trying to work through problems. I won't just use DOA, though I do wish to make a DOA video every single day, because I'm really annoyed at how many people quit this game. This game is so easy, and yet people are so bad at it. And I think part of it is because it's so much easier to go to another game and just get whatever the fix is that you wanted. It's interesting. So, anyways, yeah, you take care. Happy New Year, and we will continue to make DOA content and all that jazz. All right, peace out.